Hey guys, it's Marshall from Going Gear, and today we're going to take a look at a light that I've been getting a lot of questions about. This is the Sunwayman T20CS. So we took a look at the T40CS before. I guess I had this thing turned the wrong way. So this is the T20CS, 658 lumens on its max output, which is pretty cool for a light this size. It's nice to see companies pushing these lights hard. So here's the holster. We're going to set that to the side. I'll show you it more in detail in just a second. Pull out the rest of the stuff that you get in here. Here is the light, really cool looking little light. And then down here in the bottom you have the user manual, always worth a read. Some of these lights get pretty complicated, so you definitely want to check that out. So when you get it, you can know how to operate it, because I'll probably forget to tell you something. I do that on occasion. So definitely take a look at the operation, and it gives you information about the features, which of course you can find all the features and all that kind of stuff on our website. I usually don't go over that in the videos. Warranty card, and then here's some information about the other models that they have. And some styrofoam, super cool styrofoam. Alright, so here's the holster. Sunwayman makes some really nice holsters. You can see really heavy duty nylon. A lot of people actually don't even end up replacing these, because some people like to have a more heavy duty Maxpedition or something, but this is actually pretty heavy duty. Not quite Maxpedition, but still they did a really good job on their holsters. So the light just slides in tail first. You can see it goes in just like that, and you got the flap that goes over the top, attaches with the hook and loop, keeps it nice and secure, protected on the bottom, protected on the top. Then on the back you have carabiner attachment point, or you can use anything else to run through there. Hook and loop attachment on the back, so you can use it to attach to a pack or a belt or anywhere else you want to attach it. Sunwayman logo. Alright, open that back up. We're going to pull the light out. And just to show you real quick, it doesn't really work bezel first. Can't get it in there, so it's made to go tail first. Alright, set that to the side. The other stuff that you get in here, you have the spare tail cover cap, so if you ever need to replace that, you have a spare in there. Spare O-rings if you ever happen to need to replace those, and a nice sturdy lanyard. Get the warranty information, all that kind of stuff. Again, take a look at the user manual. I mean, this thing does have a couple of buttons, so it's a good idea to just take a look at that and see how it operates. So, the light itself. See, nice compact little light. Again, we took a look at the T40CS before. Really cool light. This is like the compact version of it. So it is powered by either two CR123 batteries or one 18650. I always recommend using 18650s if you're going to be using the light a lot, because use them a few times and you've paid for the cost of them versus using CR123s. The nice thing about CR123s is that a lot of them have 10-year shelf life if you're getting high quality ones, so you can just throw them in your light, and if it's something you're going to leave in your truck or your car or on the shelf, something like that, unused for 6 months or a year, CR123s are great for that. But if you're going to be using a lot, I highly recommend 18650s, which I'm going to reach down and grab one of those. So here is an EagleTac 3100 milliamp, one of the Panasonic 18650s. Awesome 18650s. I highly recommend those. Actually, let me show you the inside of the battery tube and the switch. Square threads on these, really high quality threads. And they actually have a pressure switch that's compatible with these now. And we'll go over that in a separate review. So here we are zoomed in on the light. Just want to show you it a little bit more up close. As you can tell, with any Sunwayman light, they always do really good job on the machining and anodizing, so you won't find any flaws on these. They do a fantastic job. They just look really slick. I really like the styling of them. I think they always look really cool. So anyway, different things on here. You'll notice that there's a switch on the end and a switch on the side. We'll get to that more here in just a second. But there's the LED. There's a CREE XM-L LED, so relatively large LED. But it has also a decent sized head on here with a decent sized reflector, and the reflector's smooth, so you'll see when we go outside, throw's not too bad on this thing. Stainless steel bezel on here, so when you drop it, helps protect it from impacts. If it was just aluminum on there, you dropped it, it can sometimes deform it and dent it a little bit, so this helps protect you from impacts if you happen to drop it. On the opposite side, not sure what that is. I thought it might be a battery indicator, but the manual doesn't mention anything about it, and I haven't seen it light up at all, so I'm not sure what that is. But there's something on the other side, so that's a mystery. And then you have the ring on there, so if you want to use it like a tactical grip, you can do that as well. So there's the back end of it. They have the logo on the switch, which is always cool when companies do that. So let's turn it around a little bit so you can see the different parts of it. Cool looking little light. Alright, the interface on this thing is kind of interesting. So when you're using the tail switch, it's always going to come on into what they call turbo mode. So lightly press it, you have momentary, press it all the way for constant on. And as long as you're just using that tail switch, you're always going to be in the turbo mode. Now you have some different outputs as well. So when you have it turned on, you have this side switch. If you want to, you can just use the side switch to activate the different modes. So you can see, turn it off, turn it on, just using the side switch. That's when this is activated. So if you unclick the side switch or the rear switch, side switch does not work. But as long as you have it clicked, you can just use the side switch to activate the different outputs. Now when you have it turned on, if you press and hold, you can see it's going to cycle between 3 different outputs. So you've got the low, the medium, and the high. And you can activate the turbo again by using the rear switch. So when you're using the side switch and you're cycling down, it's going to cycle between the 3 lower outputs. So those are the 3 lower outputs. You can see it has the memory. So turn it off, turn it back on, and it's going to memorize the last mode. Unless you hit that switch on the end, then it's kind of going to come back on in the turbo. Now you have some flashing modes as well. Double click, you have your strobe. Double click again, and you have your SOS. Now if you turn it off, turn it back on, it does not have the memory for the flashing modes, so it's going to come back into the constant illumination mode that you had it in again. So quick overview again, lightly press, momentary activation, click it all the way for constant on, and then when you have it turned on, you can use the side switch to turn it off and on, and then when you have it on, if you press and hold, it'll cycle between the 3 lower outputs. Double click for your strobe, double click again for the SOS, and turn it off, turn it back on, regular illumination. So that is the interface for the T20CS. We're going to go and take this outside and we'll show you how it does outside. Okay, we're outside with the T20CS, big 40 mag light that I always use. Little bush, 15 feet, tree out there at 100 feet. Does okay, but you see how tightly focused the beam is. Not that great if you want to light up a wider area at once. T20CS, I mean, you know, I always say that it's a big difference, but I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. I mean, there's such a big difference in the beam of this thing. The hot spot, which is the bright part in the center, you can see how great the illumination is. Let me actually turn my headlamp off. So, great illumination in the center of it in the hot spot, great spill around it. Up close, it's almost too bright, but at a distance, of course, that's great. I'll show you the different outputs real quick. Let it cycle through. You can see even on the low output, they designed this reflector so well. I mean, it's supposed to be a compact thrower, relatively, for an XPG anyway. But even the low output, which is not that bright, when we show you up close, it's not massively bright or anything compared to the max output. And it goes out to 100 feet. Not fantastic illumination on the low output, but still usable, which is pretty impressive. But obviously 100 feet, no problem for it. And as you see, you're going to see here in just a second, even further than that is no problem for it. Alright, let's go and try out a longer distance. T20CS, 40 mag light. There's my house at about 50 yards, tree in the front yard at 100 yards. Doesn't really make it out to the tree all that great. Here is the T20CS. You can see the big difference in the 2 lights. And at a distance, I mean, that's over 100 yards away to the top of the tree. Lights it up really well. No question about what's going on out there. You can see how dead it is. The city killed it. Hopefully they're going to cut it down soon before it falls on top of my house. So we'll shine it around a little bit just so you can see different distances and colors and stuff. And we'll cycle through the different outputs just so you can see them. Whoops, I was turning it on and off. Forgot the interface. Read the user manual, folks, so you don't do that to yourself. But great output on high, great throw, really nice little light, and pretty cool interface. So that is the Sunwayman T20CS. If you like it, you can buy it from us at goinggear.com. Any questions or comments, you can reach us in the comments or at goinggear.com. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe. We do a lot of flashlight and other gear videos. Thanks for watching.